This is the Game Changers Experience. Deep dive conversations with leading business disruptors, Olympic athletes, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and influencers from around the world. This show will teach you insights about the winning principles in mindset, productivity, marketing, branding, entrepreneurship, business strategy, and more. Hosted by productivity authority, business strategist, former elite athlete, author, and public speaker, Adam Strong.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Game Changers Experience with myself, Adam Strong. Today is I guess it's a really exciting day because today is one of the first sessions where we call these what I call Power Up Thursdays. Because what I found actually is as an entrepreneurial business owner, what I've seen in terms of trends is that when we get to Thursday, we automatically think, oh, you know what? It's the weekend. Maybe I'll start to my momentum will slow down. I'll start to take it easy a little bit. But the point of these sessions really is to help teach you and give you some great new insights, golden nuggets, and to teach you some new things about how you could power up and, move forwards more than anything else. Thursday, by the way, is not the weekend, okay? You've still got Thursday, you still have Friday, and you still have potentially Saturday as well. So today, I really wanted to dedicate this session to not just you guys, the listeners, but I wanted to dedicate to some of our Facebook community. We have an amazing Facebook community called the Game Changers, how to become be a game changer. Actually, it's facebook.com, be a game changer. And we have a great active community in the Facebook community. And what I love about the group is that they are all there to support each other. They're all entrepreneurs and business owners, and they're all there to support each other. And they're such a great group because they love engaging and they love sharing their opinions about what they do and what they don't want. So I wanted to really dedicate this session to them. More specifically, I wanted to dedicate this to Sharon Miller. I wanted to dedicate it to Kelly Forrester. I wanted to dedicate it to Tom Thompson, Heather Barry, some of my amazing, most engaged Facebook community. So if you are not a member of that Facebook community, feel free to click on the link below and join us because we have such great fun and there's some great events and insights that I share that I don't share publicly, but I do in the Facebook group. So I wanted to take the opportunity first. So Power Up Thursdays. Really excited because today I really wanted to talk about a very specialist subject, which I am really, I suppose, I've kind of mastered in a way. As you know, guys, I used to be a former elite athlete. I used to study and train with Olympic athletes. And so Farah, who's the current world and Olympic champion in 5,000 and 10,000 meters, he was my former training partner. And so as an athlete, one of the habits that I developed very early on was the habit of self-discipline. And so time management was, I guess, one of those things that I guess became a way of life, right? So when I was much younger, actually, typically my day would look like get up before 6 a.m., right? Have my breakfast and so forth. And then what I would do is then I would have to travel to Surrey, where I was in the UK. I lived in West London and I'd have to travel to Surrey to go to school. That journey would take over an hour. So I'd have to go mainly into London and then back out of London to get Surrey. And then, there wasn't really any after school clubs because I didn't really have time. And then by the time I'd done school, which finished with around 3:30 p.m., I jumped back on the train, had to do homework, of course. By the time I got home, it was like 6 o'clock. I had to quickly get changed down to the running track and essentially get training. And then my day wouldn't actually finish till about roughly 9:30 at night because I'd have homework to do and stuff like that. So, time management, I had to make it work. And so I was kind of in this cycle of, doing sort of these 18-hour days, even from a very young age. So what I was going to say, so one of the things that I found with a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners and decision makers is one of the things that I actually discovered with a lot of Olympic athletes And also successful entrepreneurs and business owners is they have particular habits or routines that work for them in order to maximize their time management. Now, I get the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year than you do, guys. But the difference is that compared to most average entrepreneurs and business owners, I get about 10 times more work completed and done within that same period of time. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how do you do that, Adam? How do you maximize your time? How do you maximize your productivity? What are the key principles that you use? And I'm going to share some of those habits and principles that I do on a daily basis that's going to help you not only become more productive, but it's going to improve your time management, which is profound, going to improve your performance as a person, but also it's going to you're also going to see a significant amount of increased revenue as well, increased revenue and productivity as well. So it just helps sharpen your skills a little bit. So I want to really kind of share, I suppose, 15 quick time management tools or skills or routines, whatever you want to call them, into something that I do every day. Now, what I'm saying to you is that these aren't kind of, these are things that I do. These are the things that work for me, but they might not work for you. But these things I can say to you right now, because they work for me, they may work for you. But again, I can give you the tools, but essentially it's you guys that have to essentially use those tools. So that's entirely up to you. So one of the first things that I do is I try to get 10 things done before 10 a.m. So that means, if you look at successful people, they wake up early, right? I'm not a big believer in the whole kind of 4 or 5 a.m. club. You get up when you want to get up, but as long as you get 10 things done before 10 a.m., you've already felt like you've accomplished something really, really big. So that's the first thing. Secondly, block your day into 30-minute segments. All right. So if you take your schedule, whatever that schedule looks like, now, some of you may have children or families or whatever it might be. So, within that schedule, you'll have a time when you get up and there's a time when you go to bed. And within that period of time, what a lot of our Olympic athletes and successful business owners and entrepreneurs do is they block their time into 30-minute segments. That's what I do. And so if I'm doing a podcast like I am right now, I know that I need a specific amount of time for planning. I need a specific time for recording, etc. So I know through regular routines about how long things are going to take. And this if you're not used to this, what I would endorse you to do, if you've not done this at all, what I would start off by doing is start by using sort of slightly larger chunks. So you could start off with 60-minute segments, right? And then within those 60-minute segments, you could break down all the things that you want to accomplish within those 60 minutes. And then as you get better, as you become more self-disciplined, then you can start breaking it down into 30-minute segments. Now, the really good guys or the really busy, more productive guys, if we look at the people like Elon Musk, for example, they actually break that down into 5-minute segments, which is fantastic. Absolutely amazing. You think of how much work you can get done in these little tiny 5-minute segments, right? That's the second thing. Third thing, plan the night before. If you plan the night before, you already know, you've already got this kind of oomph, if you like, or this drive to get out of bed. And you already set up for the day. You've already prepared. You've already done the donkey work. So plan the night before all the things that you want to accomplish and get done. Number 4. Now, this is a really interesting one. And for me, this is something that I've learned over the years of being an entrepreneur. And now you've probably heard of the to-do list, right? The never-ending to-do list. What have I got to get done throughout the day? And that list will just grow bigger and bigger, especially as you grow as a person. But one of the things I teach some of my clients and some of my bigger clients in particular is to start with a stop doing list. So all of the things that take up a lot of your time, who can you delegate it out to? Who can you give it to? Who can help you save time? Whether it be, and here's another one, number 5, which is focus on your strengths and delegate your weaknesses, right? So important. There must be a million things that a lot of entrepreneurs wear a lot of different hats, right? Same with business owners. You're trying to do so many different things and you think it's easier and quicker to do it yourself. I'm going to tell you now it's not. You're actually going to waste more time by doing those things yourself. Delegate as much as you can. So to create a stop doing list. So there's a lot of things that I really detest and I really don't enjoy doing. So let me give you an example. If you are designing a logo, for example, okay, and if you have zero experience or very little experience in designing logos, then guess what? Go find someone that's going to design a logo for you, which would cost $50 or £50. It's going to save you a hell of a lot more time. And then you can focus on the things that you do enjoy doing. So I really wanted to kind of put that out there. So next one, number 6, is take at least 36 hours, okay, to do absolutely nothing. And what I mean by 36 hours is that, for example, on a Saturday, I take a little bit longer, by the way. On a Saturday, I tend to finish my day at 12 noon, okay? And then I don't go back to my computer. I don't go back to work until at least 6 or 7 a.m. Monday morning. And the reason for that is because I need time to switch off. I need time to reflect and see what I've accomplished and what are the wins of the week and what improvements I can make. Because if we work, then guess what? There is a limit to what you can do. It's not sustainable. Your energy levels, you become burnt out, you become stressed, and then you start making rash decisions, which leads to mistakes. All right. And you don't want to be doing that. All right. That's all I was going to say. I know because I've done it from experience. I want the t-shirt. So I need to bear that in mind. I was going to say, make time for learning. So if you look at some of the success habits of some of the most widely successful entrepreneurs and business owners out there, right? They allow time for learning. That means by reading a book, watching a YouTube video, listening to a podcast like you are right now, and spending at least 30 minutes a day learning some new material. Because if you grow your brain, you grow your knowledge, okay, you become this like sponge as such. And it's so important to sharpen your axe, because the world is moving so fast and you've got to learn how to adapt and become more agile. So if you look at, some of my good friends, coaches and mentors and partners, people like Jack Canfield, people like, some of the, Usain Bolt, some Mo Farah, who I used to train with, if you look at those types of people, successful Olympic athletes, successful entrepreneurs and business owners, they, when I was interviewing Jack Canfield as an example, he had this huge bookcase behind him. And he had also a basement full of books because, he was a bookworm and he loves reading, and that's his thing. I'm not much of a reader. I prefer to listen and watch stuff. That's just my medium. So pick a medium. Make sure that you dedicate at least 30 minutes of learning every single day. So that's that. The next thing is complete the most important things first when you wake up. And what I mean by the most important things to you, that means, yes, meditation. Yes, look after your body. Go out for a run. Do whatever it is. But I do all the things first, which is most important, which is eat the frog. So the things that I really do not enjoy doing, right? Whether it be, pay a bill, respond to something really urgent that's come through when I've been sleeping or whatever it is. Make sure that you deal with the eat the frog tasks first, because otherwise it's a bit like excess baggage. You hold around excess baggage throughout the day, and all you're doing is you're thinking about that eat the frog task. Okay, so do those eat the frog tasks first when you first wake up. All right. The next thing is systemize. Use systems. And here's some examples of some great systems. If you don't have a basic CRM system, as an example, to help capture details, if you're putting out loads of content out there and you're not capturing people's details, how do you know if your content is making an impact, right? So having a really basic CRM system or email system, such as your MailChimp or your ActiveCampaign or whatever it might be, then do that. If you're not measuring your numbers, you got to know your numbers, right? If you don't know where your numbers are, then how do you know that you're going to hit certain financial targets? So making sure that you are on the numbers and making sure that you are essentially, got some sort of system that helps do that. All right. So basic systems, use the systems. They help leverage and help do the work for you. All right. So that's the next thing. I believe we're on number 11. And the next thing is a real big thing for you guys, well, for some of you guys in particular, but there is no such thing as perfectionism. There's no such thing as the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect economy. No, guess what? The situation and circumstances will never be perfect. So stop waiting for the perfect time. If you are an aspiring author and you've got this manuscript and you're yet to get it out and you've taken years and you're still dwelling on it, okay, do me a favor. If it's 80% done, just get it out. All right. So if you're 80% happy with what you're doing, just execute and take action. I remember I've had many conversations with a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners, and they tell me that they've written a book or they've done a course or whatever it is, but they haven't actually had the opportunity to get it out there. All right. Because they want to refine it and they want it perfect. And but by the time that you've gone through that thought process it becomes outdated and then it's too late and then you've got to consistently update it. Just get it out there, guys. All right. There's no such thing as perfectionism. Next thing, read emails only twice a day. Super important because emails are basically non-revenue generating activities. All right. So make sure that you're doing non-revenue generating activities toward the end of the day rather than at the beginning of the day. All right. So things like working on your website and things like that. Not that you should be doing that anyway, but all of those things that are done during the day, do not do during the day. You should be out connecting, building relationships. So important. Number 13, let it go. And what I mean by let it go, if you can't control things, like I'll use the pandemic as an example, right? So I really know a good friend of mine, Sarah Franklin, who's part of our Game Changers Next Level Club. And she was getting really so stressed and worked up because she couldn't control the situation, right? So if you are a control freak, okay, do yourselves a favor, okay? Let it go. Just let it go, all right? And just think about the things that you can control rather than getting yourself stressed, rather than getting yourself worked up about things that you can't control. Number 14 is empower others. So important to empower others, because if you empower others and you give them responsibility, they feel that you're part of the team. They feel important. They feel like, they're being part of the bigger picture. So important to do that, and I just, for me, if you empower others, you can get so much more done. All right. And one of the big shows that we did was with Adrian Gostick, actually, who's one of the big titans in the leadership arena. He's voted number 3 in the world, according to Fortune magazine. If you want to hear about him around gratitude, listen to that, because I highly endorse you listen to that, using gratitude, recognition, and appreciation. So important. And I guess kind of for me, the last one, which I think is really important purely because I'm a health and fitness freak as well, is to focus on your health as well. Because, productivity and time management, it's all, if you've got to be able to essentially condition your mind. And you can do that by, doing some exercise. You don't have to be, even if you go out for a walk or wherever it is, that's how you're going to start to clear your mind. You're going to become more efficient. You're going to become more self-disciplined. You have to learn to look after yourself. So those are my 15 pointers. That's what I do on a daily basis. I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to dedicate this to all of our listeners and also to our Facebook group. So I hope that you have enjoyed listening to me up on Power Up Thursdays. We're going to be doing this on a weekly basis. I'm going to be sharing even more tips, not just time management, but love to hear from you guys. If there's anything in particular that you would like me to cover on a Power Up Thursdays, then do me a favor, drop me an email at hello@adamstrong.net. Also, alternatively, you can also drop an email to my PA if you don't get a response within a few days, at tivia@adamstrong.net. That's TEVIA @adamstrong.net. And just put in the subject heading, Game Changers Experience Podcast recommendations. And then she'll reload the message and I will dedicate that to whoever's putting it in. So listen, guys, really enjoyed today. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. And we'll see you on the next Game Changers Experience show. See you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Hey, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much for listening in to this episode of the Game Changers Experience. I hope that you got some amazing value, some great insights, and golden nuggets that you can implement into your business straight away. I would really, really appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star review on the button below. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.